we're going to step to 2 and control him and bring him down here. Now, right from here, we could pull the club out, or if it's already out of his hand, we're going to shoot a knee to the face, and then we're going to step back. Now, let's take this one more time. Step off to 10, cross block. Then with the left, we're going to step in front of him to 2, control him down, and shoot a knee to the face. Let's take it from this angle. We're going to step off, cross block, 1, step in front of him, bring him down, pull the club out, and knee to the face. And one more time. We're going to step off, 1, step off, 2, inside in front of him, and shoot a knee strike to the face. Okay, Master, come up, please. Now, overhead club attack. Again, we're going the right hand on top of the left, so the right hand could check outside, and we could have a free hand underneath to strike if I wanted to. And one more time, he comes from 12, step up to 10, we're going to cross block. Now again, you want to make sure you're going to catch his arm before he builds the momentum coming down. So as he starts to swing, I'm going to step, stop his momentum right there. Now I'm going to let my left leg slip back inside, stepping towards 2 o'clock, and we're going to control him. So as you can see here, the right hand is going to control the wrist, and the left going to slip around, keep the contact, and come around that elbow and bring him down. Now, if the weapon is out of his hand by this time, we're just going to control and shoot a knee strike to the face. If not, we could pull the club out as we strike to the face. Okay, now let's take this from a different angle. Come up here, Master. Okay, we're going to go up 1, then step in front of him, 2, and knee strike. This knee strike could be to the face. It could be to the shoulder joint right here to dislocate the shoulder, or we could go to the chest or ribs, to the midsection. One more time. We're going to go off 1, come in front of him, 2, and knee strike. Okay, now let's do this a little bit faster from the same angle. Yes, sir! Yeah! Yes, sir! Sir! Let's take it from the other side. Yes, sir! Sir! Yeah, one more time. Yes, sir! Sir! Yes, sir! Sir! Yes, sir! Sir! This technique is called twin kimono. Now, it's designed for somebody grabbing you with both hands. It's high grab up here, okay, with both hands. Now, the opponent is close to you. So now, in order to break the elbows, you like to step away from him to straighten up his arm. Now, what we're going to do here, the left hand is going to check on top of his arms and pin the hands to your body. Now, on your way, you like to slice the eye, catch the eye with 2-finger eye slice with your left hand, because it's on your way coming up to pin the hands. Now, at the same time, you're on your way dropping back with your left leg into a right neutral bow, and your right hand is going to come up and punch, and the motion of the punch is going to snap his arm from underneath. Now, right from here, we're going to take the back leg, we're going to go up the circle with the left leg, going towards 5 o'clock. Now, at the same time, we step up the circle, right back knuckle or a right hammer fist, going to catch him to the midsection and make him lean forward. Now, when it comes out, we're going to strike with the right inward block, clearing his arms out of the way, and then we do a right outward hand sword to the throat. I'm going to take this one more time. Slice the eye, pin the hands, step back, sink into your stance, and shoot your right punch underneath the elbows. Then go up the circle with your back leg and strike with to the midsection with your right hand. Come around, clear the arms out of the way, and do a right outward hand sword to the throat. Now let's take this from this side. So we're going to catch the eye, step back, pin the hands, sink, break the arms. And we're going to go up the circle, Strike to the midsection, clear the arms out of the way, and an outward hand sword. And one more time. Catch the eye, pin, drop back, break, up the circle with the back leg, strike to the midsection, clear the arms out of the way, and an outward hand sword to the throat. Okay, Master, come up, please. Now, let's take it from this angle first. For two-hand grab close. Okay, stay close to me, grab. All right, now, the first thing we're going to do, as I catch his eye, he's going to push his head back, and it's going to, as his head goes back, his arm is going to become straight. And also, I'm going to pin his hands and drop back. So I'm going to catch his eye, pin. As I pin here, I'm going to drop back. And then right at the same time, I'm going to shoot my punch right underneath his arm. Now, I'm going to go up the circle with my back leg, with a hammer fist, or back knuckle, okay? I'm going to catch his midsection. Then I'm going to come around, clear his arms out of the way, and I'm going to go to the throat with the outward hand sword. Okay, one more time. I'm going to go 1, pin, break 2, up the circle, 3, clear, out of the way, and chop to the throat. Let's take it from this side. Okay, grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, clear, and outward hand sword. And one more time. Pin, go back, catch the eye, break, off angle here, clear, and chop to the throat. Okay, now we're going to take this a little bit faster. It's yes! It's yes! It's yes! Take it from the other side. It's yes! It's yes! It's yes! Yes! It's there! It's there! It's there! It's there! This technique is called sleeper. It's for a right step through punch coming at you from 12 o'clock. Now we're going to step with the left leg to 10 o'clock into a left neutral bow as we do a left inward block outside of his right punch. Now from here we're going to sink her into a forward bow, left forward bow, and the right hand you're going to come up and you're going to make the rotation and strike with the ridge hand side of the neck. Now, when you make your block, I don't want this right hand to come on a big circle so your opponent could see it coming up. It's just going to be like a punch that you're going to shoot in a straight line, but as it comes up, it's going to circle around and strike. Okay, so we're going to step in, neutral bow, drop into a forward bow, come up with that ridge hand, side of the neck. Now, there are a couple of different ways I'm going to show it to you, taking down here in the next couple of strikes. From here, you could get around, slip your hand. As you get around to buckle his leg, you're going to stump, get around his front leg to disturb his balance, and you're going to put a choke hold on him here. And right from here, we're going to pivot with the upper body, counterclockwise, take him down. As he hits the ground, we're going to sink into a left closed kneel stance. As we check with the left hand, we could be dropping the knee to the ribs or to the kidney as we check his hand, and we're going to punch to the face. Okay, now I'm going to do this from a different angle. Now we're going to block outside of the punch, strike with the ridge hand, side of the neck. We're going to get around his leg and stump. As we stump, we're going to put a lock on him here and turn the upper body counterclockwise, have him go down. Now, as soon as he hits the ground, we're going to check and drop the closed kneel, and we're going to do a vertical punch to the face. Okay, Master, come up, please. Okay, now, shoot this step through right punch. When we check here, now what I meant with the big circle, you don't want it to come up from here. You want to just come up right to his body, coming up, striking this way. Now, right from here, there are a couple of ways of doing this. Now, we could either have both hands, as we check this hand, we get around, bring the check with the shoulder, and let the hands go around, and put a lock on him this way. You want to put the pressure on the side of the neck and cancel the blood circulation going to the brain. Now, from here, the next move that you're doing, you're stomping around his leg. Now, you're going to pick up a point, you're going to get around and stomp. Okay? Now, this stomp has to be done, especially if you're dealing with a person that's going to outweigh you. Now, if I was to just get around Masood and step around his leg, at the same time that I could take him down, he could be able to take me down too. So, especially it's going to work for somebody who's going to be heavier than you, that you want to stomp around that leg to disturb his balance. From here. Now, once you disturb his balance, it's going to be easy because he's already on his way down. And we're going to put a choke on him and help him down. Now, we're going to check his hand here, check his arm, check the shoulder. As we sink into a closed knee, we could be striking to the kidney or to the ribs, depending on the position of your opponent. And then we're going to do a vertical punch to the face. Okay, come up. Let's try this again. Now, another way of controlling him down is after the strike, when we go to stomp, instead of both hands going to same side, what we're going to do is when I stomp, I'm going to strike here and have one hand on one side and the other hand on the other side. Now, as I strike to snap the neck this way, I'm also going to tear down and control him down. I'm going to do this, okay, non-stop, but I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to come around and help him down. So in this case, on his way down, you could be catching his back with your knee also. I'm going to take it maybe from this angle so you could see it better. Come up. Shoot the right punch. I'm going to step off, block, and strike. Now, as I get around him, see, on his way down, watch his back coming down on the knee. And I'm going to help him down. And then I'm going to sink, check, and do the punch. Okay, I'm going to take this technique a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Okay. And try it again. Yes, sir! Let's take it from the other angle. Yes, sir! And one more time. Yes, sir! Yeah. Yes, sir! Yeah. Yes, sir! Yeah. This technique is called a spiraling twig. It's for a bear hug from behind with your arms free. Now, the first move we're going to do is we're going to step off to the side with our right leg into a horse stance, dropping the weight down straight. Now, at the same time, we're going to strike with the middle knuckle, back of the hands. Okay. Now, I actually want the strike coming just a little bit before you're stepping. So your stepping is going to be done when you're collapsing your elbows to the side. So we're going to strike back of the hand, and we're going to sink to the side and collapse the elbows to pin his arms. Now, from here, we're going to come underneath his left with our left hand, and we're going to go with both of the thumbs back of his right hand, and we're grabbing his right wrist this way. Now, we're going to step out. As we step out, I'm going to sink into my horse stance and snap his elbow. So, one more time from the top. We're going to strike, sink to the side. Now, I'm going to step up, let's say, towards 2:30, 3 o'clock. As I step, I'm going to sink in place, snap his elbow. Then I'm going to step through reverse with my right leg. Now, from here, I'm controlling his wrist. Now, from here, I'm going to break his wrist. And as I break it diagonal down, right from here, I'm going to bring my right hand back. As I shoot a right kick, it's going to be a right kick to his midsection, to the ribs or to the chest. Now, from here, I'm going to plant forward, and it's going to be a lifting back knuckle to the face. put a bear hug from behind. Now, he could be cross-grabbing this way. Now, we got the back of both hands to strike with the back of the knuckles. Okay, it's a very sensitive spot here. Now, if he's got one hand over the other grabbing, then we're just going to take the hand on top and strike on top of that. Now, when we strike and he loosen up, then we're going to sink with the right leg and drop the weight, and we're going to collapse our elbows. Okay, now, from underneath this hand, because we don't want to go on top of it to leave it open, we want to pin it and go from underneath, and we're going to put both thumbs back of his wrist. Make sure it's not up here. We want to go down low, close to his wrist, right here. Now, from this, we're going to step out, but as I step out, I'm going to keep my elbow close to my body, but when I step out, my sinking motion is going to snap his elbow. Now, from here, I'm going to step through reverse and control. The way I'm controlling, what you want to do, you want to turn over this bone to the outside of his arm here. Okay, so as my thumb working here, we don't want to go over, only over. We want to go over and over this bone also. So it's a combination of both. Now, from here, I'm going to shoot a heel palm to bust his hand here, break the wrist, and this strike is going diagonal down. Now, as I strike right from here, my right hand is going to come back so I can right kick. Now, from here, I'm going to plant and come out with that lifting back knuckle and catching him to the face. Okay, let's take this angle one more time. Bear hug, strike, sink, control. Step out, break, step back, control, break the wrist, kick, lifting back knuckle. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! And one more time. Yes, sir! 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 Yeah! And let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir! 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 Here! And again. Yes, sir! 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 Here! Yes, sir! 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 Here! Yes, sir! 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 Here! This technique is called cross of destruction. This is for a choke from behind. Now, we're going to sink to the side. We're going to grab the wrist. We're going to control the wrist. But as soon as we sink with the left leg to the side, I want you to just turn your upper body a little bit to get him off balance a little bit. I'll show you what I mean later on. Now, from here, we're going to sink to the side. We could be pulling his arm over our shoulders also to put pressure on the elbows, and also we could be breaking the thumbs when we're pulling the arms forward. So now, from here, we're going to sink and pull. Now, from here, I'm going to step back, step through reverse towards 9 o'clock here with my right leg. As I step back, I'm going to pull his arms out and pull him down to put some weight on his legs, and we're going to cross the arms. Now, from here, I'm going to right front kick inside his right knee. Now, as I front kick, I'm going to plant forward. There's going to be a push and pull here. With the right hand, I'm going to push out, and with the left hand, I'm going to pull in. So I'm going to break his elbow and dislocate the shoulder as I do this move. Okay, let's take it from top again. From here, we're going to control the wrist, sink to the side, turn the upper body, and pull, step back here, cross his arms, have him check. Now we're going to kick inside the knee with the front kick. As we plant forward, at the same time, we're going to push out with the right, pull with the left. Okay. Master, come up, please. Good. Now, when he's choking from behind, as I control his wrist, okay, might want to get a close-up here. If he's choking me and his thumb is back of my neck, when I grab the wrist and pull it, I'm going to be putting pressure on his thumb to break it. Also, I could be pulling it as I break the thumb, then I'm going to turn it and put pressure on the elbow. Okay, now, at the same time, if he's just standing behind me, if I control and sink to the side, he could still be throwing a kick or a knee to my back. Okay, now, so what I want to do is, when I control the wrist and I go to pull, and I'm going to break the thumb and bring the elbows over my shoulder, but at the same time, as soon as I control the wrist, I want to turn the upper body. See how it gets him off balance? So choke me again. Put your thumbs back on my neck, okay? So now, if I just turn, see, the rotation of my upper body will get him off balance. So it's going to control his kicking or kneeing me just for a moment. That will give me a chance to step out and come out. Now, from here, I got his arms crossed. I'm going to kick in here. Also, one thing I want you to remember is, as I step out here, if I just cross his arms, he still will be able to throw a kick at me. So what I want to do is, when I sink and I turn, I'm going to step out, but I'm going to pull this hand down low to put weight on his leg to cancel that height zone so he won't be able to kick me. Now, I got his arms crossed. I'm going to front kick him inside his right knee. And right after I kick, my right hand is going to be pushing out as my left hand is going to pull in. So I'm going to use this cross to break the elbow and dislocate his shoulder this way. Okay, now, let's take it from this angle one more time. Okay, turn the upper body, pull, step, kick, pull, and push. Okay, now we're going to take this technique a little bit faster. Okay. This technique is called flight to freedom. This is for a hammer lock. Now, the way it's designed is if you're stepping back to grab his wrist and strike him with the elbow to the face, now he's going to come up with his left hand and block your outward elbow strike. Now, from here, when we step back to strike to his face with the elbow, now right here you're going to grab his wrist behind you. Now, when your elbow is blocked, you're going to take a small step back up here. As you step up, you're going to shoot a right back kick to his midsection, going over to the stomach. Okay, now, right from here, when you throw the back kick to his body and you're pushing him back, and the arm that you're holding on to, it's going to go straight. Now, and this is the time to counter grab and turn his wrist. So, right from the kick, after we turn his arm, we're going to turn facing him, and we're going to strike with the heel palm to his elbow. And we're going to, with the left leg, we're going to throw a front kick, catching inside his left knee. And then right from there, we're going to cross over. And as we cross over, we're going to force him down. We're going to push him down. Okay, now, let's take this from this angle. We go back, elbow. You grab the wrist, but your elbow is blocked. I'm going to take a step up, back kick him, and turn his wrist. Shoot a heel palm strike to his elbow, being a right forward bow. Front kick inside his left knee, cross over, and force him down. Okay. Master, come up, please. Let's take this angle behind me. Now, again, as soon as I step back, I'm going to grab his wrist right away. Now, I step back to grab his wrist, and as I go to elbow strike, it's blocked. Now, I'm going to take a step forward. Now, when I kick him here and I stretch him, right when I got him straight, that's when I start to turn his wrist also. And I'm going to turn and heel palm strike to his elbow. Then I'm going to front kick inside the knee. And as I cross over out, I'm going to push him and force him down. I'm going to cross out here. Okay, come up. Let's try this again. Going to go one, step, kick, turn the wrist, heel palm strike, kick inside his knee, and cross out. Yes, sir! Yes! And one more time. Yes! 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 Yes. 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 We're going to go over short form 2. Now, this is the first form in the system that we're going to go over all the directions in clock principle. We're going to work the 90-degree angles, and we're going to work the 45-degree angles. Now, also, this is the first form that we're going to step into the opponent. So far, we've been gone over short form one and long form one that you're stepping away. Now we're going to start stepping forward. Okay, let's take it from the top. We're going to start from a tension stance. We're going to indicate our form. Right now, we're just going to go over the right side of the form. Once you get comfortable with the right side, you want to start working your left side also. From here, when we indicate the form, then we're going to go to the salutation. Step out, cat stance, hands back to back, pull back, attention stance, open, make your triangle on top, look straight, meditating horse, and praying horse. Now, from here, we go back to meditating horse. Now, the first direction is going to be 12 o'clock. We're going to step forward with the right leg into a right neutral bow as we shoot a right inward block, followed with a right outward hand sword. Now, your left hand is going to be staying up here as a positional check. Do not drop it down and pull to the side. Right from here, left hand is going to stay up, and right hand from point of origin, going to shoot a right inward block. Now, from here, we're going to do a right outward hand sword, side of the neck. Now, from this position, we're going to do a left step through forward, and your right hand is going to pretty much stay in the same spot. Your left hand is going to go around and shoot a left inward block as we do a left step through forward. Now, from your left neutral bow, we're going to do a left outward hand sword. Make sure you keep your elbow bent. Okay, now, from this position, we're going to pull into a cat stance. It's going to be a left 45-degree cat stance. And as you do this, your hand's going to pull to the side. Your right hand's going to pull to the side in a normal position, how your palm of the hand is up. And then your other hand is going to go right on top of it. So it's going to be palm to palm. Now, from your cat stance, your next step is going to be towards 9 o'clock. You're going to step with your left towards 9 and shoot a outward. It's going to be a left vertical outward, at the same time a right reverse punch. Straight horizontal reverse punch. Now, your stance here, from your waist down, is the neutral bow, but your upper body is in a forward bow. Your shoulder is squared off. If you straighten up both hands, they should be even. So I don't want you to throw your punch this way. Make sure the shoulder squares off, so at the same time that we're blocking, we're hitting a target also. Now, from here, we're going to pull the back leg, which is your right leg, into cat stance, facing 12 o'clock. Now we're in a right 45 cat stance. As your left hand pulls to the side and your right hand goes on top of it. Now, from here, with the right leg, we're going to step towards 3 o'clock into a right neutral bow from your waist down, and your upper body is in a forward bow. We want to be able to, again, reach with the punch at the same time we block. So now we're doing a right vertical outward with the left horizontal reverse punch. Shoulders squared off. Now, from here, we're going to pull the right hand to the side. Left hand goes on top of it. And we're going to take the leg, left leg, and we're going to cross behind. Now, you're doing your cross behind towards 4 o'clock, 4:30. So it allows you to unwind and sink into a white kneel stance facing 6 o'clock. White kneel stance facing 6 o'clock. And from here, we're going to do an upward block and a middle knuckle strike. Now, I'm just going to do this facing this way so you get a better idea. If I cross behind and turn, we're going to sink into a white kneel. We're doing an upward block and a middle knuckle strike. Now, we're blocking underneath the strike, underneath the punch, as we drop the middle knuckle. Now, you got to make sure that when you drop your middle knuckle, your forearms got to be parallel with the ground. You don't want it up too high or way down too low. Get it parallel with the ground. And as soon as it becomes parallel with the ground, you sink low and you stop your motion right there. Now, from here, I'm going to take it back to this position. We were here at this position, and then the next move is going to be left hand pulls to the side, right hand goes on top of the left, and with your back leg, what you're going to do is step off without changing your height, and then you're going to turn into a right wide kneel stance. Now we're going facing 12 o'clock. Now, as we sink into our right wide kneel, right hand is going to do an upward block, and left hand is going to vertical middle knuckle strike. Now, from this position, your right hand is going to pull to the side, left hand on top of it, and I'm going to step off with my left leg. Now, we're going to work our 45-degree angles. We're going towards 430. As I do a left downward block, I'm in a left neutral bow, facing 430. And I'm going to step through into a right neutral bow as I check with my left hand, and I'm shooting a right heel palm strike. Make sure your heel palm strike is your shoulder level. Now, from this position, as I pull into a right 45-degree cat stance, the left hand pulls to the side, right goes on top. Now I'm going to work the other 45-degree angle, stepping towards 7:30, 8 o'clock, as I do a right downward block and a right neutral bow. Step through, right hand check, left hand does a heel palm. Now I'm in left neutral bow, facing 7:30. Now, from this position, your front hand is going to do an inward block, and your back leg is going to pull into a cat stance, and we're going to turn 180 degrees from this 45. We're going to turn around and face that 45. So again, remember, your front hand does the inward block, and your back leg pulls to cat. Now, to make your next stance more comfortable, when you pull to cat, instead of just pulling it this way, I want you to kind of hook it and pull. Hook this back leg and pull to cat. So now you're facing this 45, which is going to be your 130. From here, front hand inward, back leg pulls to cat, and your right hand comes to the side. Now, you're going to step towards this 45 with your right leg. As you sink into your neutral bow, right neutral bow, your right hand is going to come around doing an extended outward. You could also be doing an upward block. So either an upward block or extended outward. And then from this position, your block is your eye level, you extended outward, and you're going to shoot a half fist, dropping into a right forward bow. Towards 45 here, half fist to the throat. Now, from here, we're going to work our last 45-degree angle. Again, your front hand is going to do the inward block, and your back leg is going to pull to cat. So from here, left hand pulls to the side, left leg cat stance facing this 45, 10:30. Now from here, I'm going to step, sink forward as I do a left extended outward, eye level. I'm going to drop into a forward bow, shoot a half fist to the throat, and then from here, I'm going to step up to a horse stance, left hand or right, meditating horse, and you're closed. You do your salutation to the side and close. Good. Yes. 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 Now, the first technique that we're doing in this form, it's the first part of 5 swords. Where we're going to step forward, block, and chop. Now we're going to do it on the other side, stepping forward, block, and chop. Now, when I pull to cat, punch coming from the side. Now, as I step and block, at the same time, we're going to hit the body also. So we're blocking and punching at the same time. Now I'll go to the next side. As I step, block here, right outward, and left reverse punch. Now, next move from here, when I cross behind and turn facing this way, I'm just going to take a different angle so you could see it better. This is for a right overhead punch. Let's say I cross behind and turn this way. Now, we learned that sometimes we're doing the block outside of the punch, sometimes we're blocking inside. Now, also sometimes you go underneath the punch and sink. Now, as I sink into my kneel stance and at the same time that I block the middle knuckle, okay, dropping. You could also use your wrist a little bit as you drop the strike, okay. Now, also, you're going to step off with your back leg, and same thing on the other side. We're blocking underneath the punch as we strike with the middle knuckle here, okay. Now, the next move, this took us to this part of the form when we went 6 o'clock and back to 12 o'clock. Now, from here, I'm going to step off, block a kick. As I block a kick, I'm going to step through and heel palm. Okay, now we're going to do this on the other side also. When I pull to cat, step off, block the kick, and step in, heel palm. Okay, now we're going to take the next move from this angle. Let's say he's throwing a left punch, and as I pull to cat, I check the punch, and I'm going to step through him. As I step through, I'm going to shoot that extended outward, clear, and half fist to the throat. Okay. It also could be if he gets too close and I block his punch, with this hand, my next strike could be across his face as I clear right across his face to shoot the half fist to the throat. Now we'll try it on the other side. As he shoots the right punch, check it with the right hand. Now we're going to step through and clear the way with the left hand as we shoot a half fist to the throat. And then we'll step up and we're done. Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 One of the required sets for purple belt is coordination set 1. And one of the purposes for practicing this set, it teaches you how to cross shoot, meaning if you're punching with your left, you're going to be kicking with your right, or the other way around. If you're punching with your right, you're going to be kicking with your left. Now, I'm going to take it from the top. From attention stance, we're going to go to meditating horse stance. Now, from here, I'm just going to go over the steps of this set. So you see what I'm talking about. We're going to work the 4 90-degree angle directions, 12, 9, 6, and 3 o'clock. Now, in this set, your left leg does not do any stepping. All the steps are done with your right leg, okay? Now, you're going to be doing some kicking with your left, but you're going to plant in the same spot. Let's just go over the footwork. Now, each direction, we're going to step back With the right leg, I'm going to step back facing 12. Then I'm going to step forward facing 12. Then with the right leg, I'm going to step back facing 9 o'clock, and I'm going to step forward facing 9 o'clock. I'm going to drop back with my right leg facing 6 o'clock and forward facing 6 o'clock. Also drop back with the right leg facing 3 o'clock and going forward with the right leg facing 3. And again, we're going to work 12 o'clock one more time. Dropping back with the right leg and forward with the right leg, and we're back to our meditating horse. So there's 10 steps. Now we're going to take it from the top, and we're going to do the whole set. From here, when we step back with the right leg to face 12 o'clock, we're going to do a right inward, left outward. Right inward block, left vertical outward block. Now from here, we're going to punch with the left hand. That's going to be a left jab. Then we're going to drop into a forward bow, throwing a right reverse punch. Now from here, we're going to throw a left punch. At the same time, we're going to kick with the right leg. Kick and a punch, and back into the same stance. So if we've got the right hand out, we're going to punch with the left, kick with the right, and back to the same stance. Now, it's going to be the same combination all the way through. So from here, next step, we're going to do a left inward, right vertical outward, and punch with the same hand that you block, and then reverse punch. Now we're going to kick, punch, and punch. So this, on this side, right hand punches, left leg kicks. Now, next step is going to be right leg dropping back, facing 9 o'clock. Right inward, left outward. Punch, punch, kick, punch. Next move, right leg is going to step forward to 9 o'clock, left inward, right outward. Punch, punch, kick, punch. Now we're going to step back with the right leg, facing 6 o'clock, do a right inward, left outward, punch, reverse punch, and kick, punch, punch. Step forward, left inward, right outward, throw the punch with the right hand, left, left, and back in a forward bow. Now we're going to drop back and work 3 o'clock. Inward, outward, punch, punch, kick, punch. We're going to go forward, inward, outward, punch, punch, kick, punch, and we're going to face 12 o'clock and work this direction one more time. Punch, punch, kick, punch. We're going to go forward, inward, outward, punch, punch, kick, punch, and from this right forward bow, we're going to drop back to meditating horse with the right leg, and we're going to close, and we're done with this set. Yeah. 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 What I meant by cross shooting, okay, is let's say he shoots a right punch, and we step back, and we block, and we punch. Now from here, as I reverse punch, after the reverse punch, now as I punch with the left, I'm going to kick with the right, okay? So again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and see, take the knee and punch at the same time, and we end up with the right hand out again. That's your cross shooting. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. 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 Now we're going to go over stance set 1. This is one of the required sets for purple belt. Now, we're working all stances. That's why it's called a stance set. You got to make sure that you're going to maintain a proper height in all your stances and stay even all the way through. Unless you're going to be dropping into any closed kneels or wide kneels that you're going to sink a little bit lower, or your twist stances. Now we're going to start from a attention stance. From here we're going to go to a meditating horse stance. Then I want you to put your hands on your sides this way, and now we're going to work the stances. The first move is going to be an attention stance. As you close your left leg, you're going to go back into a horse stance. Then the next move is your left leg is going to step back, and we're going to go into a right neutral bow. From here, we're going to pull the front leg into a cat stance. Now we're in a right 45-degree cat stance. From here, we're going to drop back with the right leg into a horse stance. And then we're going to step back with the right leg, going into a left fighting stance. Pull the front leg in, your left leg in. We're going to drop into a left 45-degree cat stance. Now from here, we're going to drop back straight with the left leg, and we're going to drop into a left rear twist stance. And make sure you're resting your knee on your calf, and there's no open gap here. Now from here, we're going to unwind into a right fighting stance, right neutral bow. And then we're going to drop the right leg back all the way into a right rear twist stance. Make sure you're resting your knee on your calf again. Now from here, we're going to unwind into a left fighting stance. Now, right from this position, your front heel goes out and you drop into a left reverse bow. And we're going to pivot and drop into a left forward bow. We're going to switch in place. The way we're going to switch, we're going to bring the back leg up and let the front leg go back. And the reason is because we're in a forward bow, we've got more body weight on the front leg. That's why we want to bring the back leg up first to switch stance into a right neutral bow. From here, we're going to drop into a right reverse bow. And we're going to come out and drop into a right forward bow. Now, right from here, we're going to drop into a right front twist stance. As your right leg just collapses in, drop the knee, right front twist stance. And then from here, we're going to step out with the left leg into a side horse stance or a fighting horse. It's like you're in a horse stance facing that way, but we're looking at 12 o'clock. It's called a side horse. Now, right in place, we're going to twist into a left front twist stance. And as we unwind into a left neutral bow. So again, from here, we're in a side horse, fighting horse, went into a twist stance, and then when we unwind, and that left leg pushes it out a little bit, and we're going to a left fighting stance. Then we're going to drop back into a horse stance, close the left into an attention stance, and then from here, we go left or right, drop out into our meditating horse, and close, we're done. Okay? Now, this is 22 counts. We're going to take it from top. From here, we're going attention, horse stance, right fighting stance, right cat stance, horse stance, left fighting stance, left cat stance, left rear twist, unwind to a right fighting stance, right rear twist, unwind into a left fighting stance, left reverse bow, left forward bow, switch, right reverse bow, right forward bow, twist in place, step out to a fighting horse or a side horse, twist in place, and unwind into a left neutral bow. Back to horse, to attention stance, left or right meditating horse, and we're done.